Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Hare Krishna. So today we're going to start chapter number 18. We have to cover 40 shlokas. So may I request all of you all to have full concentration on the Bhagavad Gita subject. Please try not to multitask and pay attention. So we're going to start chapter number 18, correct? And today we're going to complete the first 40 shlokas. Okay, please unmute yourself and repeat after me. Chapter 18, conclusion, the perfection of renunciation. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha.
Sannyasasya Mahabaho
Sannyascha Mahavaho.
Tattvam Ichchami Veditum
Tattvam Ichchami Veditum.
Tyagasya cha Rishikesha
Jnanasya cha Rishikesha.
Prithak Keshi Nisudana.
Nishodhana.
Yes, Shalini Mataji, translation. Oh,
O mighty armed one, I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation, tyaga, and of the renounced order of life, sannyasa, O killer of the Keshi demon, master of the senses.
okay. So he wants to know, Arjuna, about the purpose of renunciation, tyaga, and about sannyas. Purport.
Actually, the Bhagavad Gita is finished in 17 chapters. The 18th chapter is a supplementary summarization of the topics discussed before. In every chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna stresses that devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal of life. This same point is summarized in the 18th chapter as the most confidential path of knowledge. In the first 6 chapters, stress was given to devotional service, yoginam api sarvesham. Of all yogis or transcendentalists, one who always thinks of me within himself is best. In the next 6 chapters, pure devotional service and its nature and activity were discussed. In the third 6 chapters, knowledge, renunciation, the activities of material nature and transcendental nature, and devotional service were described.
Yes,
It
pause.
was
Still on. Acha, please continue.
It was concluded that all acts should be performed in conjunction with the Supreme Lord, represented by the words Om Tat Sat, which indicate Vishnu, the Supreme Person. The third part of Bhagavad Gita has shown that devotional service and nothing else is the ultimate purpose of life. This has been established by citing past acharyas and the Brahma Sutra, the Vedanta Sutra. Certain impersonalists consider themselves to have a monopoly on the knowledge of Vedanta Sutra, but actually the Vedanta Sutra is meant for understanding devotional service, for the Lord himself is the composer of Vedanta Sutra and he is its knower. That is described in the 15th chapter. In every scripture, every Veda, devotional service is the objective. That is explained in Bhagavad Gita. As in the second chapter, a synopsis of the whole subject matter was described. In the 18th chapter, also the summary of all instruction is given. The purpose of life is indicated to be renunciation and attainment of the transcendental position above the 3 material modes of nature. Arjuna wants to clarify the 2 distinct subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, namely renunciation, tyaga, and the renounced order of life, sannyasa.
Hare Krishna.
Thus,
Yeah. So these are the two things Arjuna is asking. So now Supreme Lord would be answering renunciation and tyaga. Renunciation, sannyas, the renounced order of life. That is the four ashrama. Sloka number 2. Sri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Kamyanam Karmanam Nyasam
Kamyanam Karmanam Nyasam
Sannyasam Kavayo Vidhu
Sannyasam
sannyasam
Kavayo
kavayo
Vidhu
vidhu,
Sarva Karma Phala Tyagam
Sarva
sarva
Karma
karma
Phala
phala
Tyagam
tyagam,
Rahus Tyagam Vichakshana.
Prahustyagam
prahustyagam
Vichakshana.
vichakshana.
Translation.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the giving up of activities that are based on material desire is what great learned men call the renounced order of life sannyasa, and giving up the results of all activities is what the wise call renunciation tyaga.
So in Sloka 2 to 6, Supreme Lord answers about sannyasa and tyagas. Okay, from 2 to 6. Just like in Sloka 1, he asked about sannyasa and tyaga. So 2 to 6, he answers. Purport.
The performance of activities for results has to be given up. This is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. But activities leading to advanced spiritual knowledge are not to be given up. This will be made clear in the next verses. In the Vedic literature, there are many prescriptions of methods for performing sacrifice for some particular purpose. There are certain sacrifices to perform to attain a good son or to attain elevation to the higher planets, but sacrifices prompted by desires should be stopped. However, sacrifice for the purification of one's heart or for advancement in the spiritual science should not be given up.
Okay. So see, there's a different meaning of sannyasa. If you see the first sentence of the translation, the giving up activities that are based on material desire is what great learned men called the renounced order of life. I repeat, the giving up of activities. So Prabhupada gave the example of some kind of austerities for getting a sun or to elevation to higher purpose, higher planets. So these are the sacrifices. Example, I'll tell you. If you go through Bhagavatam, you'll find Maharaj Chitraketu, who was desperate to have a son. He did all those yagyas for getting a son. And Maharaj Rishi Angira helped him. So this is one of sacrifice which is done for material purposes. Similarly, elevation to higher planets. But one who actually gives up any, he does sacrifice only for the purpose of spiritual upliftment, he is supposed to be in sannyas. So ideally in Kali Yuga, Prabhupada will come to that eventually. Sannyas doesn't only mean to be in the fourth order. Even a grihastha can be sannyas. This is called Devi Varnashram. Devi Varnashram. Okay. Sloka number 3. Tyajyam doshavat iti eke
Tyajam
Tyajam
doshavad
Doshavad Iti
Jam
Ike
karma
doshavatyate
prahurmanisina
karma
Karma
prahurmani
Prahurmanishena
yagyadana tapa karma
Yagyadana
yadana
Tapa
tapa
Karma
karma
na tyajyam iti kare.
na
Na
tyajam
Tyajam
iti
Iti
tapare.
Chapare.
Some learned.
Some learned men declare that all kinds of fruitive
Just a
activities
moment.
should
Yes, Manidhar Prabhu.
जी मैं पूछ रहा था कि फिर ये ध्रुव महाराज और हिरण्यकशिपु का तपस्या किस तरह का तपस्या माना जाएगा?
For material desire, Dhruv Maharaj initially he went to get a bigger kingdom than his father. Okay.
जी
And
हाँ
Hiranyakashipu also wanted all those opulences. In fact, initially he wanted to be Amar. Amar Vardhan Manga Prabhupada.
जी जी
But
अच्छा
the main purpose was sense gratification. We know what he did. Once he got those Vardhans, immediately the first thing that Hiranyakashipu did was to attack the Svargaloka. That's the first thing he did. So it clearly shows his intentions. Hmm. So this is not sannyasa. These are sacrifices completely for material desire. Dhruv Maharaj also and Hiranyakashipu also. But again, Dhruv Maharaj's things changed because he came in contact with devotees. Narad Muni, pure devotee. Okay? Yeah. Continue, Mataji. Please
Ye-
read the translation. Some learned men declare that.
Some learned men declared that all kinds of fruitive activities should be given up as faulty. Yet other sages maintained that acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be abandoned.
Hmm. Purport?
There are many activities in the Vedic literature which are subjects of contention. For instance, it is said that an animal can be killed in a sacrifice, yet some maintain that animal killing is completely abominable.
Pause. So
Oh,
these are parashpar virodhi subjects. That's why it's written subjects of contention, debatable subjects. Parashpar virodhi. Some place it is written animal should not be killed. Some place written yes animal can be killed. So it might be ambiguous for outside people, but devotees know very well in what context animal can be killed. For some Ashwamedh Yagya, horse can be sacrificed. But which horse is sacrificed? A Buddha horse. Uh, if he is sacrificed, his, as per scriptures, his elevation is guaranteed in the next life. So it is good for him, na? Rather than having a very diseased body, old body, first of all, he would be put in a sacrifice for Vishnu, and secondly, there will be elevation to higher planets. So in both ways, it is good for him. Yeah, continue.
although animal killing in a sacrifice is recommended in the Vedic literature, the animal is not considered to be killed. The sacrifice is to give a new life to the animal. Sometimes the animal is given a new animal life after being killed in the sacrifice, and sometimes the animal is promoted immediately to the human form of life. But there are different opinions among the sages. Some say that animal killing should always be avoided, and others say for a specific sacrifice it is good. All these different opinions on sacrificial activity are now being clarified by the Lord Himself.
Okay. Now come to the translation. Now see, after reading the purport, translation will be clear. Read it the translation, please. Some learned men.
Some learned men declare that all kinds of fruitive activities should be given up as faulty.
Pause.
Yet,
Like killing of horse, animal sacrifices, they should be given up. Some learned men say. But again, few learned men say, no, it can be performed as a sacrifice, charity, penance. But for higher purpose. So for higher purpose, these things can be done. Okay. Now it is more clear, the translation. Anybody has any question? Next, shloka number 4. Nishchayam srinu me tatra. Please repeat.
nischayam shrinu
निश्चयं
me
शिनु
tatra
मे तत्र
निश्चय मे तत्र
त्यागे भरत सत्तमा.
tyage
त्यागे
bharata
भारत
sattama
सत्तम
त्यागो ही पुरुषाद व्याघ्र
tyaga hi
त्यागो हि
purusha
पुरुष
vyagra
व्याघ्र
विविध संप्रकीर कीर्तित.
trividha
त्रिविध संप्रकीर्तिः
samprakirtitya.
चित्त
Yes, continue, Mataji. Oh, best.
O best of the Bharatas, now hear my judgment about renunciation. O tiger among men, renunciation is declared in the scriptures to be of three kinds.
So, first two shlokas, that is shloka number 2 and 3, Supreme Lord discusses about sannyasa. Now he discusses about tyaga, renunciation.
Although there are differences of opinion about renunciation, here the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, gives his judgment, which should be taken as final. After all, the Vedas are different laws given by the Lord. Here, The Lord is personally present and His word should be taken as final. The Lord says that the process of renunciation should be considered in terms of the modes of material nature in which they are performed.
So what is coming up? Renunciation in goodness, renunciation in passion, and renunciation in ignorance. Yagyadana tapa karma
Yagyadana tapa karma
natyajyam karyam eva tat
jnatyajam karyam eva tat
yagyadanam tapaschaiva
yagyadanam tapasyaiva
pavanani manishinam.
pavanani manishinam.
Yes. Ankita Mataji, acts of sacrifice.
Acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up. They must be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even the great souls.
Purport.
Purport. The yogis should perform acts for the advancement of human
Okay,
society.
one thing I wanted to ask, are the three aspects clear? What is sacrifice, what is charity, and what is penance? This is clear, no? Sacrifice example would be Ashwamedh Yagya. Charity example would be Danam, Godan, etc. And penance would be austerity, tapasya, like Ekadashi, following Ekadashi, etc. These are austerities. Purport. The yogis.
The yogis should perform acts for the advancement of human society. There are many purificatory processes for advancing a human being to spiritual life. The marriage ceremony, for example, is considered to be one of these sacrifices. It is called Vivaya Yoga. Should a sannyasi who is in the renounced order of life and who has given up his family relations encourage the marriage ceremony? The Lord says here that any sacrifice which is meant for human welfare should never be given up. Vivaha Yogya, the marriage ceremony, is meant to regulate the human mind so that it may become peaceful for spiritual advancement. For most men, this Vivaha Yoga should be encouraged even by persons in the renounced order of life.
Hare Krishna. So that's why there are examples of Srila Prabhupada arranging devotee marriages for his disciples. And he was a Purohit in that marriage. Usually, a, a sannyasi of his status never does any Purohit activities. But Srila Prabhupada did. Because when the Vivah Sanskar is done, the mind is not agitated. Instead of looking every woman as a matter of sense or gratification, the moment a couple is married, so their focus for sense gratification at least is reduced to their spouse. And that also, there are many injunctions for sense gratification of their spouse, as mentioned in the scriptures, that sense gratification can be done only for the purpose of bringing up, raising Krishna conscious children. So immediately everything is regulated. Yeah, continue.
Sannyasis should never associate with women, but that does not mean that one who is in the lower stages of life, a young man, should not accept a wife in the marriage ceremony. All prescribed sacrifices are meant for achieving the Supreme Lord. Therefore, in the lower stages, they should not be given up. Similarly, charity is for the purification of the heart. If charity is given to suitable persons, as described previously, it leads one to advanced spiritual life.
Okay. Anybody has any question? I think things are very, because it is summarization, these things have already been spoken earlier. Charity in goodness, passion, etc. Sixth. Etani tu karmani
एतानि अपि तु कर्माणि
sangam tyaktva falani cha
सङ्गं तत्त्वा फलानि च
kartavyaniti me partha
कर्तव्यमिति मे पार्थ
nishchitam matamuttamam.
निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम्
Hmm. Yes, Mataji. All these activities.
All these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty. O son of Pritha, that is my final opinion.
Okay, now let's come to sloka number 7 to 9. These are renunciation in three modes, as it was just discussed. Okay, 7 to 9. You can note down 7 to 9 renunciation, tyaga in three modes. Please repeat after me. Niyatasya tu sannyasa,
नियतस्य तु संन्यास
karma no nopapadate,
कर्मणो नोपपाद्यते
mohatasya parityagas,
मोहस्तस्य परित्यागः
tamasa parikirtita.
तामसः परिकीर्तितः
Hmm. Continue, please.
Prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of ignorance.
So prescribed duties means all the four varnas have their prescribed duties. What a brahmana should do, what a kshatriya should do. They should never be given up. Otherwise, it is in the mode of ignorance. Prescribed duties. Purport.
Purport: work for material satisfaction must be given up, but activities which promote one to spiritual activity, like cooking for the Supreme Lord and offering the food to the Lord and then accepting the food, are recommended. It is said that a person in the renounced order of life should not cook for himself. Cooking for oneself is prohibited, but cooking for the Supreme Lord is not prohibited. Similarly, a sannyasi may perform a marriage ceremony to help his disciple in the advancement of Krishna consciousness.
Hmm.
If one renounces such activities, it is to be understood that he is acting in the mode of darkness.
Sloka number 8. Dukham iti eva yat karma
दुःखम् इति एव यत्कर्म
kaya klesha bhayat tyajet
Kaya klesha
कायक्लेशभयात् त्यजेत्
sakritva rajasam tyagam
Sakritva rajasam
सात्विकराजसं
tyagam
त्यागं
naiva tyaga phalam labhet.
naiva
नैव
tyagam
त्यागं फलं
त्यागं
लभेत्
फलं लभेत्.
Yeah.
anyone who gives
So if
up
prescribed duty is given up because of illusion, uh, so that is in the mode of ignorance. But whereas if prescribed duty is given up out because of fear or bodily discomfort, anyone who gives up prescribed duty as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such actions never leads to the elevation of renunciation. Purport: one who is in Krishna consciousness should not give up earning money out of fear that he will be performing fruitive activities. If by working one can engage his money in Krishna consciousness, or if by rising early in the morning one can advance his transcendental Krishna consciousness, one should not desist out of fear or because of such activities are considered troublesome. So that's why we see Jananda Maharaj was, he even went as far as driving taxi because the institution was in a very nascent stage and they needed money. So Jananda Maharaj, and also we see Prabhupada did not recommend George Harrison to quit Beatles. Rather, he told him that you continue singing, but you can also make few Krishna conscious tunes. Uh, so, and we'll see later on, same George Harrison, he gave his uh, palace, big palace, which became later on ISKCON London. It's a huge property George Harrison gave to ISKCON. So similarly, he did not advise Alfred Ford, the grandson of Henry Ford, to quit his business, family business. No, he continued. In fact, he continued his business and also even married a Bengali woman, isn't it? And but again, he donated so much for our TOPP, and overall over the years also he has been donating so much. So these are examples of tyaga in the mode of passion. I mean, these are opposite examples. Why? How Srila Prabhupada discouraged. The result of passionate work is always miserable. If a person renounces work in that spirit, he never gets the result of renunciation. That's why Krishna never advised Arjuna to give up fight. After even giving all the advice, Krishna never encouraged. Krishna told, continue your fighting, but mana avishta. So man, let your mind be in me. Now, in the mode of goodness. Karyamiti eva yat karma. Sloka number 9.
कार्यमिति एव यत्कर्म
Yatam kriyate arjuna.
नियतं
Kriyate
कृत अर्जुन
Arjuna
Sangam tvakta phalam chaiva.
सङ्गं
Sangam
त्यक्त्वा फलं चैव
Prakta Phalam
Satyaga
Chaiva
satviko matah.
सत्याग
Satyaga
सात्विको मतः
Satviko Mata.
O Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all material association and all attachments to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. It ought to be done. करना ही पड़ेगा. ये मेरा नित्य कार्य है. I am Krishna's Nitya Das. I have to do. Prescribed duties must be performed with this mentality. One should act without attachment for the result. He should be disassociated from the modes of work. A man working in Krishna consciousness in a factory that does not associate him with the work of the factory, nor with the workers of the factory. वो चुपचाप काम करते रहता है because he knows that I just have to earn the money and have to maintain my Vaishnava family. इन सब से भिड़ जाने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. The boss might be a खरूस boss. हमको क्या लेना देना बॉस से? I have to just tolerate him because at the end I am here to earn money because I have a Vaishnava family to maintain. So that's why it's written, a man working in Krishna consciousness in a factory does not associate himself with the work of the factory, nor with the workers of the factory. So the workers may be very ground level class and their language might be very, very grounded. But a Krishna conscious person does not get affected. He is like a lotus leaf in water. He is in water, but he does not get wet. Similarly, a Krishna conscious person, a devotee, is in the material world, but his consciousness never gets materialized. He simply works for Krishna, and when he gives up the result for Krishna, he is acting transcendentally. So how he is giving up the result? Whatever salary he is earning, say if he is earning 50,000 salary, he is maintaining his family 30,000, making some savings, and every month he is also doing Nitya Seva by donating 1,500 to the temple. So that's how he gives up. So this is in the mode of goodness. Sloka number 10. Please repeat. Nadveshti aku salam karma
न द्वेष्टि अकुशलं कर्म
kushalena
कुशलेनानुसज्जते
त्यागी sattva samavishto
त्यागी सत्त्वसमाविष्टो
medhavi chinna samsaya.
मेधावी छिन्न संशयः.
Okay. So from sloka 10 to 12, that is 10, 11 and 12, Supreme Lord is saying who is a perfect renunciate, who is a perfect tyagi. The intelligent renouncer situated in the mode of goodness, neither hateful of inauspicious work nor attached to auspicious work, has no doubt about work. So, here inauspicious work. So, if a devotee is requested, please can you handle the shoe stand? कोई problem नहीं. Similarly, if he is if he has given some seva which is very auspicious, not attached to the auspicious work, that please serve Guru Maharaj, no problem. Suddenly from serving Guru Maharaj is told, please now you take care of the prasadam. I said, okay, fine, no problem. Gaurang Prabhu once asked Param Pujya Radhanath Swami Maharaj, humility is not coming, what should I do? Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, you try to handle the kitchen, temple kitchen. and also the Yatra kitchen. And Maharaja's Yatra kitchen, my goodness, it's like feeding 9,000 people every day 3 times. You know, Radhanath Swami Maharaja's Yatra, huge. And Gaurang Prabhu very happily took it up. And you must see that he performed so nicely those activities that in National Geographic Channel, there is a section. If you can type ISKCON Yatra Kitchen, you will see how perfectly he performed his task of his spiritual master. Yatra Kitchen. Just write ISKCON Yatra Kitchen in National Geographic Channel or in YouTube. Those videos are there. Which so thus we see how he handled. So we have with us Kalindi Rajesh Prabhu. Okay, we have requested him to come and clarify us about the new syllabus which have floated in the middle of the course. We were thinking skeptic about how devotees would handle this, but still we thought, let us do the right thing. Yes, Kalindipati Rajesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhu, Sagar Pranam.
হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ।
সবাই ভালো আছেন তো?
হ্যাঁ প্রভু।
না, ফিডব্যাক তো অঙ্কিতা মাতাজি যে ফিডব্যাক গুলো পাওয়া যায়, আমার খুব সন্দেহ থাকে যে কতটা ভালো আছেন সেটা নিয়ে। প্রথম কথা হচ্ছে
একদম ভালো আছি, সুস্থ আছি, তাই ফিডব্যাক দিতে পারছি।
প্রথম কথা হচ্ছে কোনো চিন্তা নেই, कोई चिंता मत कीजिएगा। अभी जो सिलेबस आया है वो सिलेबस आप लोग का जितना लिखना पड़ता है, जितना क्वेश्चन में अटेम्प्ट करना पड़ता है उससे कम ही करना पड़ेगा। যতগুলো করতে হতো তাতে কমই করতে হবে। ফলে এটা একটা আমাদের কাছে ভালো নিউজ। হ্যাঁ, आगे যেটা করতাম पहले जो करते थे हम लोग 30 क्वेश्चन हम लोग अटेम्प्ट करना पड़ता था, और सोच लीजिए 1.5 घंटा का अंदर हम लोग को 30 क्वेश्चन करना पड़ता है। अभी जो करना पड़ेगा सिर्फ 19 क्वेश्चन, लगभग 50% हम लोग कम कर दे रहा है आप लोग के लिए। तो कम जो हो रहा है तो मार्क्स तो 50 रहेगा। আমি তোরা আমি একটুখানি বলে দিচ্ছি। হ্যাঁ, আপনার যদি নোট কাগজ থাকে একটু নোট করে নিতেন। শিবানী মাতাজি তো রাস্তায় আছে, উনি তো নোট করতে পারবেন না। আপনারা কেউ একজন নোট করে গ্রুপে পাঠিয়ে দেবেন, যাতে যারা ক্লাসে অ্যাটেন্ড করতে পারছে না।
রেকর্ডিং তো আছে, ক্লাসে রেকর্ডিং তো থাকবেই।
হ্যাঁ, না অনেকে রেকর্ডিং, আমি তো দেখি কতজন ভিজিট করে রেকর্ডিং, আমরা রেকর্ডিং পাঠাই। আমার কাছে ডেটা আছে কতজন মানে রিপিট দেওয়া হয়, সেটা হচ্ছে সন্দেহ আছে আমার। তবু একজন লিখে, হ্যাঁ, কেউ একজন দায়িত্ব নিন, অঙ্কিত মাতাজি, শালিনী মাতাজি, কেউ একজন দায়িত্ব নিয়ে লিখে নিন। হ্যাঁ, 2 নম্বর আর 5 নম্বরের অ্যান্সার দিতে হবে, 2 আর 5। হ্যাঁ, 2 নম্বরের আপনাকে লিখতে হবে 10টা। আগে যেটা 1 নম্বর লিখতেন এখন সেটা 2 নম্বরে লিখবেন। 2 নম্বরে 10
বলেছিলেন প্রভু।
2 এর 10টা, তাহলে কত হলো আমাকে বলুন?
20।
আচ্ছা, এবার অ্যাকচুয়ালি দেখুন ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে হঠাৎ করে আপনাদের রিপারকাশন হতে পারে, হঠাৎ করে কোর্সের মধ্যে আমরা ঢুকিয়ে দিচ্ছি। আপনার জায়গায় আমি থাকলেও আমার একটা হচ্ছে ফিডব্যাক হতো, কিন্তু আমাদের কি বলতো আপ টু ডেট থাকতে হবে। হ্যাঁ, এমআই এর সাথে আমাদের আপ টু ডেট থাকতে হবে। এবার ধরুন একটা সার্টিফিকেট আমরা পাঠালাম, এমআই তে পাঠালাম, তখন এমআই যদি কোনো কারণে বলে যে এরা তো ব্যাকডেটেড হচ্ছে, আপনাদের এক মুহূর্তে সার্টিফিকেট দেওয়া হবে না, আবার নতুন করে আপনাদের 9 মাসে কোর্স করতে হবে। হ্যাঁ, তখন সেটা একটা প্যাথেটিক এক্সপিরিয়েন্স হবে, তাই না? এবার চিন্তা করে দেখুন, তার জন্য মানে আমরা জানি, আমি রাজকৃষ্ণবাবু আমরা দীর্ঘদিন ধরে আলোচনা করছি যে কি করা যেতে পারে। হঠাৎ করে আমাদের দেখুন এই মুহূর্তে দাঁড়িয়ে আপনাদের জন্য আমাকে মাঝখানে নিয়ে আসতে হচ্ছে, এবং আপনাকেও যতটা খাটতে হচ্ছে আমাদেরও কিন্তু সেই কোশ্চেন প্যাটার্ন থেকে শুরু করে আমাকেও কিন্তু ততটা খাটতে হচ্ছে। ইংলিশ এবং বেঙ্গলিটা তো তবু দিতে পেরেছি, হিন্দি মণিকান্ত তেওয়ারি প্রভু হিন্দি চেয়েছে, আমি জানি না, আমি এখন বসে বসে গুগল ट्रांसलेशन করে হিন্दी বার করেছি। मणिकांत बाबू हम हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट किए हैं, हाँ, जो क्वेश्चन जो सेट है उसमें।
अच्छा ब्रो,
तो थोड़ा देख लीजिएगा, एक्चुअली गूगल ट्रांसलेशन में कितना परफेक्ट होता है मुझे भी थोड़ा डाउट है, फिर भी थोड़ा देख लीजिएगा। बांग्लाते जो होता है नेई मामा থেকে কানা মামা ভালো, तो वो भी हम लोग आपको दे देंगे। और একটা একবারে আমরা পুরো জিস্ট করে আমরা দিয়ে দিচ্ছি, একটু বাদেই পেয়ে যাবেন আপনারা। একদম মানে শুধু কোশ্চেনটা আর অ্যানালজি আর এইগুলো নিয়ে একটা শুধু 4টে পেজের, হ্যাঁ, হিন্দি, ইংলিশ, বেঙ্গলি 4টেই করেছি। কতটা জানি না, বেঙ্গলিতে তো পারফেক্ট হবে কারণ বেঙ্গলি থেকেই আমি ট্रांसलेट করেছি। हिंदी और इंग्लिश थोड़ा मेरा भी गूगल ट्रांसलेट में थोड़ा डाउट है, फिर भी आप लोग का पास तो इंग्लिश वाला है, हिंदी वाला कोशिश कीजिएगा और कुछ दिक्कत होगा तो मेरे को बोल दीजिएगा, मैं हिंदी में बोल दूंगा आपको, कोई शायद दिक्कत नहीं होगा। তো এটাই হচ্ছে কথা। 2 নম্বরের হচ্ছে 10টা, হ্যাঁ, 5 নম্বরের থাকবে, এরপরে 5 নম্বরের হচ্ছে মাত্র 4টে, 5 নম্বরের হচ্ছে 4টে। আর অ্যানালজি পার্টের হচ্ছে যেটা আছে, অ্যানালজি পার্টে এবারও আপনাদের জন্য আমরা ছবি দিয়ে দেবো, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, ছবি দিয়ে দেবো। আর ওখানেও হচ্ছে মোটামুটি 5টা থাকবে, 5, হ্যাঁ, 2 নম্বর করে থাকবে 10টা। তাহলে কত হলো মাতাজি?
হয়ে গেল 5-এর 4টে লিখছি 20, 2-এর 10টা লিখছি 20, আর অ্যানালজি 5টা 2 নাম্বার করে, তাহলে 10টা, মানে 10 নাম্বার 50 নাম্বার হলো 50, টোটাল মার্কস 50।
তাহলে কতগুলো আপনাকে অ্যানসার দিতে হচ্ছে বলুন তো টোটাল?
হ্যাঁ,
টোটাল কত অ্যানসার দিতে
হচ্ছে? 10, 5 আর হচ্ছে 5টা 20, 30টা, 30টা
না না না
20টা 20টা
24টা
19 2 নম্বরের হচ্ছে 10টা,
2 নম্বরের 10টা, 5 নম্বরের 4টে 14,
14, আর 2 নম্বরের 5টা,
হ্যাঁ 2 নম্বরের 5টা 19, 19টা।
আগে কত দিতে হচ্ছে? 30টা দিতে হচ্ছে।
আগে 30টা বেশি, অ্যানালজির থেকে আবার লিখতে হতো তো।
না, এখানেও অ্যানালজিতে লিখতে হবে আপনাকে, অ্যানালজিতে এবার হচ্ছে 5টা থাকবে, 2 নম্বর করে থাকবে, ঠিক আছে? তো তাহলে মানে আপনাদের তো মানে সে বলে না যে ভালোই তো এটা। হ্যাঁ,
কিন্তু এখানে হচ্ছে আমার একটা প্রশ্ন আছে, আমি আমার বিব্রত করছি একটু। সেটা হচ্ছে 5 নম্বরে 34টা প্রশ্ন আছে, 34 টোটাল, 6টা চ্যাপ্টার থেকে। 34টার থেকে 4টে আসবে যে কোনো, মানে 4টে লিখতে হবে, এটাই হচ্ছে একটা ব্যাপার। এবং প্রত্যেকটা চ্যাপ্টার থেকে যে দুটো কোয়েশ্চেন হচ্ছে কমন, সেটা হচ্ছে প্রিভিয়াস চ্যাপ্টারের সাথে পরের চ্যাপ্টারটার কি লিঙ্ক। যেমন 12 নম্বর অধ্যায়ের সাথে 13 নম্বর অধ্যায়ের কি লিঙ্ক, 13 নম্বর অধ্যায়ের সাথে 14 নম্বর অধ্যায়ের কি লিঙ্ক, এবং প্রত্যেকটা চ্যাপ্টারের সারাংশ, এটা একটা কমন কোয়েশ্চেন। তা বাদে তো কিছু আছে, আরো অনেক কিছু আছে। ওই ওখানেও কিন্তু প্রভুজি অ্যানালজি থেকে প্রশ্ন আছে, পারপরে আমরা যে
সারাংশ মানে হচ্ছে এগুলো কোনো জায়গায় এমআইতে আসে না, ঠিক আছে? তো স্ট্যান্ডার্ড যেটা থাকে এমআইতে আসে না। ফলে আপনি যে সারাংশগুলো, এই পুরো চ্যাপ্টারটা সারাংশ আপনাকে বোঝার জন্য দিয়েছে, আপনি করতে পারলে ভালো, ওইগুলোকে ছেড়ে দিয়ে চলে যান। সারাংশগুলো
অ্যানালজিও আছে প্রচুর, মানে অ্যানালজির থেকেও প্রশ্ন আছে।
অ্যানালজি কটা আছে? 11টা অ্যানালজি ছিল
না, ওই অ্যানালজি ছাড়াও প্রভুজি ক্লোজ বুকে যে লং কোয়েশ্চেন, সেখানেও অ্যানালজি পার্ট থেকে প্রশ্ন আছে।
ওই পার্টটা করতে হবে না, আপনি যেটা আমাদের পুরনো হ্যান্ডবুকে অ্যানালজি আছে 11টা অ্যানালজি, ওইটাই করুন। কারণ আপনার এবার যে কোশ্চেন প্যাটার্ন দেখবেন, হ্যাঁ, যেটা আপনি বলছেন ওপেন বুকে 34টা, আমি খুব ভালোভাবে মাইনরি ফলো করেছি। ওপেন বুকের মধ্যে যেগুলো আছে, সরি ওপেন বুক বলছি, হ্যাঁ, বিগ কোশ্চেনের মধ্যে, বড় কোশ্চেনের মধ্যে যেগুলো আছে অ্যানালজি কিছু কিছু পার্ট ওখানে দেখবেন ঢুকিয়ে দিয়েছে।
আছে যেমন জীব সোনার মতো উপমাটি ব্যাখ্যা করুন,
তাহলে আমি ওটা তো বাদ দিয়ে দিচ্ছি, তো ওটা তো অ্যানালজিতে ঢুকে গেল তো আপনার।
আচ্ছা,
তাহলে তো আপনার তো আরো বুঝেছেন তো কথাটা?
বুঝতে পেরেছি।
सबको समझ में आ रहा है ना क्या बोल रहे हैं? कुछ क्वेश्चन में है
जी प्रभु जी,
कुछ क्वेश्चन है एनालॉजी पार्ट में है, जो हम लोग क्या है अभी ऊपर में दे दिए, बिग क्वेश्चन में दे दिए, तो वो तो आप तो एक ही क्वेश्चन तो आप तो एनालॉजी में भी करेंगे और बिग क्वेश्चन दो में नहीं करेंगे ना। तो आप लोग बिग क्वेश्चन में करिए, कहीं पे एक जगह करने से तो अब हो जाएगा आपका। তো ফির আপনারা যেটা বলছেন 34 কোশ্চেন, তাহলে 34 কোশ্চেন নেই, ওটা হচ্ছে আরো কম আছে,
কমে যাবে। হ্যাঁ, আর ওই যে 44 যে শর্ট কোয়েশ্চেন আছে, তার মধ্যে 30টাই আছে পুরনো সিলেবাস থেকে, 14 আর শুধু নতুন আছে, 30টা পুরনো সিলেবাসের আছে, 44টা যে শর্ট কোয়েশ্চেন।
আমি জাস্ট একটা আপনাদের আমার কাছে 5 মিনিট সময় আছে কি?
Hare Krishna, I don't have time. See, I'll tell you in short. In short, at least nowadays we are giving questions. This was not the pattern before. Okay, before when we did Bhakti Shastri, there was no question as such. You all have the questions, prepare the answers, prepare for the exam. Na? তো this exam will look like a mock. সবকিছু দেওয়া আছে, প্রশ্ন দেওয়া আছে, আনসার গুলো খুঁজে বের করতে হবে, ব্র্যাকেট করতে হবে, ওগুলো বুঝে আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড করে পরীক্ষা দিলে পরীক্ষাটার মানে কি হবে? কোনো পরীক্ষা হয় বাইরের জগতে যেখানে প্রশ্ন আগে থেকে দেওয়া থাকে, ভক্তি শাস্ত্রীর মধ্যেই আমরা এটা পাই, ভক্তি ব্যবহারের মধ্যেও আছে বাই দ্য ওয়ে। ওকে, ওইটুকুনি তো
আর আমাদের ছেলেমেয়েরা খুব ভালো, আমি তো দেখেছি ওরা খুব পড়াশোনা করে।
প্লিজ প্লিজ গিভ সাম এফর্ট, এইটুকুনি এফর্ট তো করতে হবে। প্রশ্নগুলো দেওয়া আছে, বই দেওয়া আছে, আগে থেকে প্র্যাকটিস করে নেবেন আনসারগুলো, আর পরীক্ষা গিয়ে সেটা লিখবেন। এইটুকুনি তো খাটতে হবে, নাহলে কি খাটলেন? তাহলে হোয়াট ইজ দ্য পারপাস অফ ভক্তি শাস্ত্রী? Acha, one more thing, we have extended the date for exam. It was earlier supposed to be on 17th. So since we did this change, we could have avoided this change because unnecessarily students will get confused. But we wanted students to, attend the updated questions, updated pattern of questions. So the new exam date is Kalidipati Prabhu.
আপনাদের সুবিধার জন্য একটা হচ্ছে আপনাদের একটা রিকোয়েস্ট রাখবো, একটা আমার রিকোয়েস্ট রাখবো, রাইট? সবাই রাজি আছেন তো? একটা আপনাদের রিকোয়েস্ট রাখবো, একটা আমাদের রিকোয়েস্ট রাখবেন, ঠিক আছে? একটা রিকোয়েস্ট হচ্ছে 1 নম্বর, সেটা হচ্ছে আপনারা 17 তারিখ পরীক্ষা ছিল, হ্যাঁ, যেহেতু একটু বড় কোশ্চেনের জন্য একটু সময় আপনাদের দিতে হবে। ছোট কোশ্চেন তো অলরেডি আপনারা করে এসেছেন, অসুবিধা নেই। তা আমরা ওই 70তে পরের যে সানডে আছে, আমি ডেটটা বলছি,
24th,
হ্যাঁ, 24তে আমরা করব হচ্ছে এটা। তাতে অসুবিধা আছে কারণ?
ঠিক আছে,
ঠিক আছে, তাহলে আপনাদের কাছে প্রিপারেশনের সময় পেয়ে গেলেন। আপনাদের কাছে এখন 6 তারিখ, হ্যাঁ, 24th হচ্ছে যথেষ্ট আপনার টাইম আছে। কিন্তু এবার আপনাদের রিকোয়েস্ট রাখা হয়েছে, সবাই সহমত তো? আনন্দ এটাতে? সবাই আনন্দ তো? একটুখানি কিছু একটুখানি সাইন ফাইন পাঠান, যে হ্যান্ডস আপ সাইন, একটু লাভ সাইন কিছু পাঠান, একটু আপনাদের থেকে এক্সপেক্ট করছি তো।
থ্যাংক ইউ প্রভু।
ঠিক আছে, এটা একটা। কিন্তু আরেকটা ক্রিঞ্জটা হচ্ছে এরকম, আমাদের কিন্তু ক্লাসটা, আমাদের কিন্তু কাইবে একটা, আপনি চারিদিকে একটা নাম হয়েছে কি, আমরা উইদিন টাইমের মধ্যে সবকিছু সময়ের মধ্যে শেষ করছি, হ্যাঁ, এটা আমাদের মধ্যে একটা কিন্তু গুডউইল তৈরি হয়েছে। এবং কি শুধু ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলের মধ্যে, বাইরেও আমার কাছে
I have to complete 40 shlokas. You want to continue?
না, আমি বলে দিচ্ছি,
40 shlokas. I have to leave them by 9:30. So
শুনে নিন, তাহলে আছে আমাদের শুনে নিন, আমাদের হচ্ছে যেটা শেষ হচ্ছে নেক্সট দিন থেকে কিন্তু আমাদের কিন্তু এটা শুরু হয়ে যাবে, মানে কি বলে,
ইউনিট 4 স্টার্ট হয়ে যাবে,
ইউনিট 4টা কিন্তু শুরু হয়ে যাবে। আর সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আপনারা 24 তারিখে আসছেন পরীক্ষা, কিন্তু তার মধ্যে কিন্তু ইউনিট 4টা দিচ্ছেন। আর যারা ইউনিট 2তে দিতে পারেননি কোনো কারণে, ইলেকশনের জন্য বা এর জন্য, হচ্ছে 15 তারিখ, হ্যাঁ, 15ই মে, আমি অঙ্কিতা মাতাজিকেও বলেছিলাম, বাকিদেরও বলে দিচ্ছি, যারা আসেননি, 3-4জন মনে হয় সম্ভবত আসেননি সে সময় দাঁড়িয়ে, 15 মে বিকেল 5:30টার সময় কিন্তু আমাদের মন্দিরে পরীক্ষা হবে। 15 মে মঙ্গলবার, কিন্তু সরি ফ্রাইডে, নাম কি বার আছে দেখে নিন, ফ্রাইডে, হ্যাঁ, ফ্রাইডে কিন্তু আমাদের আছে এটা, ঠিক আছে?
আর ওপেন বুক থেকে কটা লিখতে হবে বললেন না প্রভু? দুটোই,
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে। আমি আপনাদের হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপে পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি যেগুলো আছে, আর আপনি অঙ্কিতা মাতাজি আপনি একটু পাঠিয়ে দেবেন, হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে, যতগুলো।
ওকে প্রভু, থ্যাংক ইউ।
হরে কৃষ্ণ, হরে কৃষ্ণ।
থ্যাংক ইউ প্রভুজি, হরি বল, হরে কৃষ্ণ
প্রভু, সাদা প্রণাম।
Okay, now come back. Actually, initially I was not in favor of shifting the date of exam because I know one thing, মানে প্যাটার্নে চললে জিনিসটা ভালো হয়ে যায়। মাই পার্সোনাল এক্সপিরিয়েন্সেস, আই হ্যাভ সিন ডিভোটিস, কেউ যদি কিছু পেন্ডিং রাখে, টেরেবল হয় এক্সাম, পুরোনোটাও আর নতুন পড়াটাও টেরেবল হয়। আইডিয়ালি 17th আমরা ছিল, 17th I was pushing that 17th হয়ে যায়, but then he kept on saying that no, give them another 7 days, because I know once new level starts, mind is shifted to the new level. নতুন বই শুরু হবে এরপর, ভগবদ গীতা থেকে ভক্তি রসামৃত সিন্ধু হবে। ইটস ভেরি 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 ওয়ান্ডারফুল বুক, বাট হাই লেভেল বুক। দ্য মোমেন্ট ইউর ফোকাস ইজ শিফটিং অন ভক্তি রসামৃত সিন্ধু, কিন্তু বাড়িতে পড়াশোনা করছেন ভগবদ গীতা লেভেল 3 পরীক্ষার জন্য, things becomes hodgepodge, things becomes complicated. মাইন্ড ইজ অলসো ওয়ান অনলি না, এমন তো না দুটো মাইন্ডকে দুটো পার্ট করবেন, একটা ভক্তির সামনে সিন্ধুর জন্য, একটা ভাগবত গীতা লেভেল 3 এর জন্য, হয় না এরকম? বাট ঠিক है। So I will just summarize. Question marks pattern you all have heard. So exam for level 3 would be on 24th Sunday, right? And level 4 is going to start on 18th of this month. We are all talking about this month. Clear, na? Okay. Where were we in which? We completed 10 number. We're going to start 11. Na? Nahi deha brita sakyam
नाहि द्वैतं
shaktum karmanya cheshat
कर्तुं कर्मण्येषः
yastu karma phala tyagi
यस्तु कर्म फलत्यागी
satyagityadi abhidhiyate.
त्यागीते अधीयते।
So as I was saying, sloka number 10, 11 and 12, these three shlokas, Supreme Lord is giving us ideal renunciate. Who is an ideal renunciate? सबसे बड़ा best त्यागी कौन है? Translation: It is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities, but he who renounces the fruits of action is called one who has truly renounced. Similar, so it is very difficult to give the activities, give up activities. अगर अभी आप सबको बोले कि please tomorrow quit all offices, all business, and full time dedicate. Who will do that? Please raise your hand. Nobody is going to do that. So what is the best? You'll continue your office, continue your business, but please give up the fruits of action, at least little. That is possible. Okay, we'll do that. ठीक है, नित्य सेवा करेंगे, some donation for Janmashtami, etc. These things we'll do that. Sloka number 12. Anishtam isam istam mishram cha. बोलिए.
अनिष्टम् इष्टं मिश्रं च
त्रिविधम कर्मणा फलम
त्रिविधं कर्मणः फलं
भवति
कर्मणा फलम्
तत्त्यागिनोपेत्य
भवति आवति
नातु संन्यासनं क्वचित्.
संन्यासनं क्वचित्.
Please everybody mute yourself. For one who is not renounced the threefold fruit of action, desirable, undesirable and mixed, accrue after death. But those who are in the renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. Purport: A person in Krishna consciousness acting in knowledge of his relationship with Krishna is always liberated. Therefore, he does not have to enjoy or suffer the results of his acts after death. Okay? So, desirable, undesirable, and mixed. May I ask anybody, what do you understand by this? Let me see. What can be threefold fruit of action: desirable, undesirable, and mixed? What do you mean by this? Anybody? After that, what we get? Desirable, undesirable, and mixed. What do you mean by this? See the translation of text 12. Am I understood? Is my question clear? Yes. So
মানে পাপ কাজ পুণ্য কাজ
yes, correct. So fruit results can be of three kinds. Desirable, पाप या पुण्य, which is desirable? मिठाई या मिठाई, which is desirable?
মিঠাই ডিজায়ার
So মিঠাই means সুকৃতি. সুকৃতি কি কাজ করলে হয়? পাপ কাজ করলে না পুণ্য কাজ করলে?
পুণ্য কাজ করে
So that is desirable. Undesirable কি? মিঠাই। প্রাশ্চিত কিসের জন্য হয়? পাপ কাজ করলে। And mixed, there are few activities where mixed. Can you give an example of mixed कार्य? পাপ আর পুণ্য দুটোই হচ্ছে।
বাবা, ওই যে বলি মহারাজ যে গুরুদেবের কথা শোনেনি তাই জন্য ওর মানে বাজে হয়েছে, কিন্তু কৃষ্ণর কথা রেখেছে বলে পূর্ণ হয়েছে, মানে দুটোই
Okay,
এক।
okay. Very simple thing is, you do charity. Okay, you distribute khichdi prasadam outside in public. Out or you donate money to beggars. Few beggars, they are using the money for roti dal chal roti, for necessities. For that you will get pious activities sukriti. But few of them are buying drugs or alcohol. For that you will get pap karya. That will be considered as pap karya. So these are mixed activities. Okay. Sloka number 13. पंचैतानि महाबाहो, बोलिए।
पंचतानि महाबाहो
कारणानि कारणानि निबोध मे।
कारणानि निबोध मे।
सांख्ये कृतन्ते प्रोक्तानि
सांख्ये कृते प्रोक्तानि
सिद्धये सर्व कर्मणाम्।
सिद्धये सर्वकर्मणाम्।
O mighty armed Arjuna, according to the Vedanta, there are 5 causes for the accomplishment of all actions. Now learn of these from me. Okay, so from 13 to 18, there are 5 causes. What are the 5 causes? Please write down: body, doer, senses, effort, and super soul. Okay, so one after the other will come. Sloka number 14. Adhishtanam tatha karta
अधिष्ठानं तथा कर्ता
कारणं च पृथग् विधम्
कारणं च
कारणं च पृथग्विधम्।
विविधश्च पृथक् चेष्ट
विविधश्च
पृथक्
पृथक्
चेष्टा
दैवं चैवत्र पंचमम्.
देवं चैव प्रपञ्चम्।
So these are the 5 causes for accomplishment. 5. The place of action, that is the body, the performer, the various senses, the many types of endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. These are the 5 factors of action. The word adhishthanam refers to the body. The soul within the body is acting to bring about the results of activity and is therefore known as karta, the doer. These things we have already done in chapter number 13, mainly about kshetragyor. These things we have done already. Body, soul, karta. That the soul is the knower and the doer is stated in the Shruti. The instruments of action are the senses, and by the senses the soul acts in various ways. Okay, so these are the 5 aspects for any action, for any activities. Come to shloka number 15. Shariravan manobhiryat
शरीरावान् मनोभिर्यत्
karma prarabhate narah
कर्म पराभते नरः।
न्यायं वा विपरीतं वा
न्यायं वा विपरीतं वा
पंचैते तस्य हेतव.
पञ्चतीर्थस्य हेतवः।
Yes, Vishwarup Prabhu, whatever right or wrong,
Whatever right or wrong action a man performs by body, mind, or speech is caused by these 5 factors. Purport. The words right and wrong are very significant in this verse. Right work is work done in terms of the prescribed directions in the scriptures, and wrong work is work done against the principles of the scriptural injunctions. But whatever is done requires these 5 factors for its complete performance.
okay. 5 factors. I'll just give an example. Say person A wants to shoot person B. So the first factor is the body. So person A, body of the person A. Second, the performer, the soul of the person A. Third, various senses. Okay, कर्म इंद्रिय ज्ञान इंद्रिय etc. Fourth, endeavor, गोली लेके गोली चलाना है. And five is a super soul, sanctioner. गोली चलाया, जरूरी नहीं कि गोली लगने वाला है. That depends on the sanction of Lord. Clear? These five factors are there. যেমন আমরা বাংলায় বলি না, স্থান কাল পাত্র etc. You know. Shloka number 16. तत्रैवं सति कर्तारम्
तत्रैवं
त्रैवं सति कर्तारम्
आत्मनां केवलं तु य
आत्मनां
आत्मनां केवलं तुर्य
पश्यति अकृत्य बुद्धित्वं
पश्यति अकृतबुद्धित्वं
न स पश्यति दुर्मति.
न
स पश्यति दुर्मतिः.
Therefore, continue.
Therefore, one who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the five factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are.
Clear है ना? Simple चीज. A person who doesn't see all these things behind, doesn't see the sanctioner. यस्य नाहं कृतो भावो
यस्य नाहं कृतो भावो
बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते
बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते
हत्वापि स इमान् लोकान्
हत्वापि स लोकान्
नाहन्त न निबन्धते.
नाहन्ति न निबध्यते.
Continue.
One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions.
Purport.
In this verse, the Lord informs Arjuna that the desire not to fight arises from false ego. Arjuna thought himself to be the doer of action, but he did not consider the supreme sanction within and without.
Pause. Come back to the translation. So this shloka is personalized, customized for Arjuna. One who is not motivated by false ego, so his ego should not come. Only he should focus on this action, on the order of the Supreme Lord, whose intelligence is not entangled. Though he kills men in this world, although Arjun, please go and kill your, relatives, does not kill. Nor is he bound by his action because he is performing the orders of the Supreme Lord. कोई problem नहीं होगा. Go and kill. So this is customized for Arjuna, this shloka. Come to shloka number 18. Jnanam geyam parityata
ज्ञानं
ज्ञानं परित्यागः
त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना
त्रिविधं कर्म चोदनं
कारणम कर्म कर्तेति
कारणं कर्म कर्तेति
त्रिविधा कर्म संग्रह. Continue please. Knowledge.
Knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are the three factors that motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer are the three constituents of action.
Purport.
There are three kinds of impetus for daily work: knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower. The instruments of work, the work itself, and the worker are called the constituents of work. Any work done by any human being has these elements. Before one acts, there is some impetus which is called inspiration. Any solution arrived at before work is actualized is a subtle form of work. Then work takes the form of action. First, one has to undergo the psychological process of thinking, feeling, and willing, and that is called impetus. The inspiration to work is the same if it comes from the scripture or from the instruction of the spiritual master. When the inspiration is there and the worker is there, then actual activity takes place by the help of the senses, including the mind, which is the center of all the senses. The sum total of all the constituents of an activity is called the accumulation of work.
Yeah. So where we get the impetus? Impetus means thinking, willing, and feeling. Where this comes from? Devotees get it from the scriptures. Devotee get it from the instructions of Supreme Lord and his devotees. So we know what is to be done. So we know that we should do chanting. And the object of chanting is to please the Lord. And that's why we chant. So the impetus, the inspiration comes from the scriptures. Sloka number 9. Jnanam karma cha karta cha
ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च
hridaiva guna bhedata
देव
गुणभेदः
गुणभेदतः
prochyate guna sankhyene
रोचते
रोचते
उच्यते
गुणसंख्याने
गुणसंख्येन
यथा वच शृणु तन्यपि.
यथा
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 वज्रेणु अन्यपि.
वच्रेणुतन्नपि.
Yes, according.
According to the three different modes of material nature, there are three kinds of knowledge, action, and performer of action. Now hear of them from me.
Continue.
In the 14th chapter, the three divisions of the modes of material nature were elaborately described. In that chapter, it was said that the mode of goodness is illuminating, the mode of passion materialistic, and the mode of ignorance conducive to laziness and indolence. All the modes of material nature are binding, they are not sources of liberation. Even in the mode of goodness, one is conditioned. In the 17th chapter, the different types of worship by different types of men in different modes of material nature were described. In this verse, the Lord says that He wishes to speak about the different types of knowledge, workers, and the work itself according to the three material modes.
Okay. So the three types of knowledge now Lord is going to speak. Knowledge in mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Number 20. Sarvabhuteshu yenaikam
Sarvabhuteshu
तेषु
yenaikam
येनेकम्
bhavam avyayam ikshate
bhavam abhayam
भवमभयमीक्षते
ikshati
abhibhaktam vibhakteshu
अविभक्तं
abhibhaktam
विभक्तेषु
vibhaktesu
satyanam vidhi satvikam.
तज्ज्ञानं
vidhi
विदितत्विकम्.
satvikam.
So sloka number 20 is knowledge in the mode of satvikam. Translation.
That knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities, though they are divided into innumerable forms, you should understand to be in the mode of goodness.
Okay. Everybody go through the translation. Undivided soul, super soul, undivided. So everybody, the Uttam Adhikari sees soul to be a part of the super soul. Purport: a person.
A person who sees one's spirit soul in every living being, whether a demigod, human being, animal, bird, beast, aquatic, or plant, possesses knowledge in the mode of goodness.
Pause.
In all,
Clear? Clear? So whoever he sees, Ishtadeva Spurti. There is a very nice shloka. Ishtadeva Spurti. Wait, I'll tell you. This is Uttam Adhikari shloka. Ishtadeva Spurti. Yeah, it is from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 8.274. I am pasting it. This is characteristics of a Uttam Adhikari Bhakta. Whoever he sees Supreme Lord. Please repeat after me, everybody. Very nice shloka. Sthapamo dekhe, na dekhe tar murti,
Sthapar jangamo dekhe
সর্বত্র হয় নিজ ইষ্টদেব স্ফূর্তি.
sarvatra
सर्वत्र
hoy
হয়
nijo
নিজ
ishtadev
इष्टदेवे स्फूर्ति.
Translation. Please mute yourself. The Mahabhagavata, the advanced devotee, certainly sees everything mobile and immobile. Sthavar Jangam. Example of Sthavar, trees. Example of Jangam, human beings, animals. But he does not exactly see their forms. Rather, everywhere, he immediately sees manifest the form of the Supreme Lord. Shab jagah, he sees Vishnu, Vishnu, all everywhere Vishnu. And there is another thing, another way to describe this. The Uttamadhikari Bhakta everywhere sees, whether Vastu or Vyakti, he sees Vishnu. Because Vishnu has expanded as Paramatma in Vyakti, and Vishnu has expanded as Shakti in Vastu. Clear? So Uttamadhikari Bhakt sees everywhere the same. Come to sloka number. This is for mode of goodness, not mode of passion. Read the translation, that knowledge.
That knowledge by which one sees that in every different body there is a different type of living entity, you should understand to be in the mode of passion.
Purport.
The concept that the material body is the living entity and that with the destruction of the body, the consciousness is also destroyed is called knowledge in the mode of passion. According to that knowledge, bodies differ from one another because of the development of different types of consciousness. Otherwise, there is no separate soul which manifests consciousness. The body is itself the soul, and there is no separate soul beyond the body. According to such knowledge, consciousness is temporary. Or else, there are no individual souls, but there is an all pervading soul which is full of knowledge, and this body is a manifestation of temporary ignorance. Or beyond this body, there is no special individual or supreme soul. All such conceptions are considered products of the mode of passion.
Clear? Clear? These are all bogus theories. That's why they're in the mode of passion. Body gone, everything gone. Who else? Who comes in this category? The bhogis. खाओ पियो मौज करो, अगला जन्म कौन देखा? Body खत्म तो everything खत्म. They don't believe in punar janam, reincarnation. So that all that knowledge is in the mode of passion. You can see the various categories that come in this. Sloka number 22 translation, and that
knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all in all, without knowledge of the truth, and which is very meager, is said to be in the mode of darkness.
So very meager, एक छोटा चीज को लेके पड़ा हुआ है सारा जीवन. That person is in the mode of illusion. Sorry for late. Okay, no problem. Purport.
The knowledge of the common man is always in the mode of darkness or ignorance, because every living entity in conditional life is born into the mode of ignorance. One who does not develop knowledge through the authorities or scriptural injunctions has knowledge that is limited to the body. He is not concerned about acting in terms of the directions of scripture. For him, God is money, and knowledge means the satisfaction of bodily demands.
False. So such person are in illusion, who are just focused on one particular, like you see so many grihasthas just focusing on maintaining him and his family. That's it. He thinks the world starts here and ends here only. यही हमारा कर्तव्य है, यही हमारा काम है, और कुछ नहीं काम है, बस earning money, maintaining the family. That's it. Person is in ignorance. I repeat the. Please repeat this one translation.
And that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all in all, without knowledge of the truth, and which is very meager, is said to be in the mode of darkness.
Very meager. I repeat, कुएं का मेंढक, वो बाहर दुनिया मालूम नहीं, उसको लगता है यही सब कुछ है. Sloka number 23. The action. Now from 23 to 25 is going to be action in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. 23 in the mode of goodness. Somebody else read, please. Yes, Shadrita Mataji.
That action which is regulated and which is performed without attachment or without love or hatred and without desire for fruitive results is said to be in the mode of goodness.
So example of this is devotees working in offices, working in business. Regulated occupational duties as prescribed. Regulated occupational duties. ऐसे नहीं पागलपन जैसा. Why regulated word is important very much? Because a person can continue doing occupational duties 24/7. I had a friend when I was studying. He used to work during the day. He used to do articleship, internship in some firm. During evening, he used to come back, and at night he used to work in a call center. So there's no regulation. So that's why action which is regulated and which is performed without attachment, without love or hatred. Karna bas hai, karna hai, that's it. So we have a lot of devotees who are working. They just have to work because they have to maintain a Vaishnava family. That's why they work without hatred. कोई अगर पूछे, do you like your work? Then he will answer, मेरा like and dislike पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. मेरे को करना है just to earn money and maintain my family. That's why I do. That is work in the mode of goodness. 24. But action performed, please repeat, please read. Unmute yourself.
But action performed with great effort by one seeking to gratify his desires and enacted from a sense of false ego is called action in the mode of passion.
With great effort, a person who is very, very passionate about his work, बहुत passionate, एकदम, very much intense, takes it very seriously, and also automatically he will get attached to the results. If a person takes his prescribed duty very seriously, too seriously, if he doesn't get results as expected, he will get morose. That is in the mode of passion. Now, ignorance. That action
performed in illusion is disregard of spiritual injunctions and
Scriptural.
without concern
Scriptural.
in scriptural injunctions and without concern for future bondage or for violence or distress caused to others is said to be in the mode of ignorance.
Purport.
One has to give account of each of one's action to the state or to the agents of Supreme Lord called the Yamadutas. Irresponsible work is destructive because it destroys the regulative principles of scriptural injunction. It is often based on violence and distressing to other living entities. Such irresponsible work is carried out in the light of one's personal experience. This is
so like people who are working for like killing others and working, for example, the butchers, they are taking lives of other animals and birds, and thereby they are maintaining their family. So this is like causing distress to others. This is motive of ignorance. So 3 kinds of work, knowledge we have done, work we have done. Now 3 kinds of workers, similar workers. One who performs his duty without association and with the modes of material nature, of the false ego, with great determination and enthusiasm and without wavering in success or failure is said to be a worker in the mode of goodness. Similar thing, just similar. Like person in Krishna consciousness who is unattached, that is in mode of goodness. Now, mode of passion. The worker who is attached to the work and the fruits of work, desiring to enjoy those fruits, and who is greedy, always envious, impure, and moved by joy and sorrow, is said to be in the mode of passion. Same thing, the one who is very passionate about his work. Such passionate people will get joy or distress because of the results. A devotee will not get distress or joy because, first of all, he is not passionate about it. He has to work. He knows he has to work as a matter of duty. That's it. अचानक अगर शेयर मार्केट में फॉल डाउन हो गया and he loses 6 crores, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. He will be okay, fine. No problem. क्या करे अभी? I worked. First of all, he will not be working in some place where the results are uncertain. That's why gambling is prohibited in his Krishna consciousness. Now let's see in ignorance. The worker who is always engaged in work against the injunctions of the scriptures, who is materialistic, obstinate, cheating, and expert in insulting others, and who is lazy, always morose, and procrastinating, is said to be a worker in the mode of ignorance. Can you give me some examples of such worker? Without following injunctions of scriptures, like I told butcher completely for prohibited work.
Prabhu, those who sell the liquor shop, those who are selling the liquor and all.
Absolutely. Yes. So they can say that, क्या करे पेट पापी पेट का सवाल है. There are so many other things you can work on. So many other profession. Why don't you take up those? It's not necessary that only from liquor shop only you will get money for your family. And cheating and expert in insulting others. Cheating, for example, somebody can say that. See, there are a few ethics you can do in business. You can say that this remote I bought it for 20 rupees. I'll send it, Babu, हम तो 20 रुपए में करेगा. Selling it for 10, 30 rupees, only 10 rupee profit I'm making. Although actually you have purchased this remote for 3 rupees and you are selling for 30. होता है ना ऐसे? That is allowed. But if you say, Babu, this remote actually it is not made of plastic. It is made out of I don't know, black gold. So that is unethical. That is in ignorance. You cannot do that. That is called unethical. Similarly, expert in insulting others and who is lazy. For example, a person who is in a higher platform and he is keeping, I mean, he earns money through insulting others. For example, these what shows? I don't know. These few comedy shows where you make others look like a piece of, I don't know what. Very terrible, You make others look very low, and that's how you make your income. Such are in mode of ignorance. Radhesham Prabhu was saying once, you cannot do any joke without making somebody low. You cannot. So, it's rare that you can joke about something without making anybody offended. Yeah. Now let's come to sloka number 29 to 32. So the intelligence in three modes, 29 to 32. You can note down. 29 is a common shloka. From 30, 31 and 32, intelligence in three modes. O winner of wealth, now please listen as I tell you in detail of the three kinds of understanding and determination according to the three modes of material nature. Sloka number 30. First is goodness. O son of Partha, that understanding by which one knows what ought to be done and what ought not to be done, what is to be feared and what is not to be feared, what is binding and what is liberating, is in the mode of goodness. What is binding? May I ask you all, what is binding in the material world? Material activities are binding. Any kind of material activities, you will get bound. What is liberating? Opposite. Any kind of spiritual activity will liberate you. Untie the knot. Okay? Purport. Performing activity actions in terms of the direction of the scriptures is called pravritti, or executing actions that deserve to be performed. And actions which are not so directed are not to be performed. One who does not know the scriptural direction becomes entangled in the action and reactions of work. Understanding which discriminates by intelligence is situated is in the mode of goodness. That's why devotees know very well what work should be done, what work is prohibited. Everything cannot be black and white, but in life whatever comes, because devotees have divya chakshu, they know what is black and what is white. That's why devotees, they don't take wrong decisions of life. Whatever twist and turn comes in life, they use their scriptural background and they take decision. Bhaktara ko kono bhul decision nahi na. Why? I repeat, their foundation is very strong because foundation is based on scriptures. Everything is not given in scripture. How you will handle this situation, but because the foundation is strong, they take decision as per scriptural injunctions. Sloka number 31. This is in the mode of passion. O son of Pitha, that understanding which cannot distinguish between religion and irreligion, between action that should be done and action that should not be done, is in the mode of passion. So a passionate person, because of strong desire for that particular action, भूल ही जाता है कि अरे वो नहीं करना चाहिए था. पैसा का इतना लालच है, he is so much passionate about his work, he forgets, he crosses the line and he does something which is for which is prohibited. Example of such things would be, for just like the way I told, for earning money, a person working around 20 hours. That is not good, because what will happen if a person is so passionate? First of all, his nitya karya would be compromised. Secondly, he'll be in tamogun. Why? In one of the purport, Prabhupada says, to satisfy, to cool off the mood of rajogun, a person takes shelter of tamogun. I will give an example. A rajoguni person, example, all those laborers who are working very, very hard, very much physical work is there. Now, Prabhupada writes to satisfy, to subdue the I don't know what exact words he used. To subdue the position of rajogun, a person must take shelter of tamogun. So, after working for 10, 12 hours in a factory, these workers, how they cool off? They take shelter of tamogun by prostitution and alcohol, etc. That's why you find all these red light areas, they're full of labor class people. Why? Because any kind of excessive rajogun is followed by tamogun. ठंडा नहीं होगा. Are you all understanding? I'll give another example. Like when at times we are very, very tired, and we had a very hard day, difficult day, and very tiring day. When we come back home, we want to just relax and watch television. Tamoguni, lie down on bed, lie down on sofa, relax, have some sharbat, and just watch some TV for a couple of hours. So why? So because rajogun, we were full of rajogun throughout the day, and to cool it off, we took shelter of mode of ignorance. Where are we? In shloka number 34. So we did the 3 types of intelligence. 32 ho gaya na? Now we'll do 33. From shloka number 33, 35, determination, dhriti. 3 types of dhriti.
32 करेंगे.
32 we did, na? We just did mode of ignorance. That understanding which considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be religion under the spell of illusion and darkness, and strives away in the wrong direction, O Partha, is in the mode of ignorance. Intelligence in the mode of ignorance is always working the opposite of the way it should. That means completely opposite of the scriptures. It accepts religion which are not actually religions and reject the actual religion. Men in ignorance understand a great soul to be a common man and accept a common man as a great soul. They think truth to be untruth and accept untruth as truth. In all activities, they simply take the wrong path. Therefore, their intelligence is in the mode of ignorance. एकदम उल्टा काम करता है. Can you give few examples? Yes.
Prabhuji, can that be like Maletha people, the people we see now, that they worship someone like a big stone tomb, and they propagate wrong things into the society. They think that killing those who are of not their caste, they are doing a great thing, and then they will attain the heaven where they will enjoy.
Yeah. Ekdam. Yes. Ekdam propagating opposite things. And now from 33, as I said, 33 to 35 is determination, dhriti. Oh, son of Pritha, that determination, yes, Shatrupa Mataji.
হরে কৃষ্ণ প্রভু, এই যে বিপরীত, প্রণাম প্রভু, বিপরীত যেটা বললেন, এটা কি এটাও হতে পারে? অনেকে বলে যে বিভ্রম করার যেই জন সেই ঈশ্বর, মানে জীবকে ভগবান বলে মনে করে, এটাও কি বিপরীত?
একদম,
এটাও হতে পারে?
হ্যাঁ, একদম ঠিক। এখানে দিয়েছে দেখুন, few people take accept a common man as great soul. And this is very common in society. You will see a person who is very rich. Even they talk nonsense, and they will be regarded, he's a very nice person. Everybody will do chaplusi, of him. Why? He's extremely rich person. Any kind of action of his is very, very much, appreciated by few foolish people. But for devotees, such rich people, if they talk nonsense, they have no value in their life. That's why there's a saying, na, a knowledgeable is a person knowledgeable something till he opens his mouth, something like that. Na? ऐसे कुछ है कहावत.
Prabhupada has mentioned in it purports. In Unit 1, we have read that.
What is it? What is the exact words?
A person when speaks, if anybody wants to know the person, when he speaks up, then we can, मतलब I'm not saying the proper word, मतलब जब वो बोलता है
हाँ.
तब समझ में आता है, उसकी औकात पता
মূর্খ
लग जाती है।
কিনা যখন মুখ খোলে তখন বোঝা যায় যে সে মূর্খ।
তখন বোঝা যায় কত কি কোথায় औकात समझ आता है. You had a question, Shadrita Mataji?
No, Prabhuji, I just wanted to agree with you on that. Sometimes celebrity and some, I think, footballer, cricketer maybe says something, and people unnecessarily follow them without even thinking what is right or wrong.
Now it is very serious, taken up very seriously nowadays. If celebrity endorses any brand, they must first use that brand personally, and then only they have to endorse. Nowadays, I think they've made a law, because yad yad achariti sreshtas tat tad yana tarojana. Whatever the great people they follow, they exercise, common people also follow them. You know, so in 70s, the Hollywood stars, they started wearing bell bottoms. Immediately, that was the fashion in Bollywood also. You see, 70s.
আচার্য শ্রেষ্ঠ।
Ah. So we are doing determination now in the mode of passion. Sloka number 34. But that determination by which one holds fast. No, we did 33. किया क्या हम लोग ने? Let's do again. That determination, 33, please focus. By which is unbreakable, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, and which thus controls the activities of the mind, life, and senses, it determination in the mode of goodness. Haribo. Give me examples. Determination which is unbreakable. Example. You tell devotees, I'll give you 10 lakh rupees. Will you eat non-veg and smoke? No, not at all. And which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice. So how it is sustained? Through yoga practice, through chanting, through devotee association. That's how it becomes more strong, our determination. And which thus controls the activities of the mind. So because our sadhana is very strong, it controls the activities of the mind. It does not allow the mind to flicker, especially while chanting. We tell our mind, don't think of anything else. Don't see the mobile. Only chant and hear the vibration. That's it. Once I asked Janivas Prabhuji, please give me some tips of chanting the holy name. How do we have good chanting? So he said it's very simple actually, chanting. You just have to utter the holy name and hear the holy name and do nothing else. Just utter the holy name and hear the holy name. And he said that it's just a matter of 5-6 inches. See, your lips and your ears are just 5-6 inches apart. So the sound vibration has to just travel from here to here. That's it. And you don't do anything else, he said. And let's see, in the mode of passion, determination in the mode of passion. That determination by which one holds fast to fruitive results in religion, economic development, and sense gratification is in the nature of passion. Please, I want example. Prahlad Nishima Prabhu. Determination to hold fast to fruitive results in religion. In religion, anybody example? Fruitive results in religion. like you are fasting in religion. So to please a demigod, if you fast, that would be an example of in religion. Yeah. Yes, Shivani Mataji.
Prabhuji, many times people also fast for getting a good job, or the girls worship Lord Shiva to get a good husband,
Yeah. Very nice.
wealthy husband.
Yeah. That's there in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, how the maidens of Navadip, they used to go to Ganges and worship Shiva. And Mahaprabhu one day said, no, don't worship Shiva, worship me. Yes, Shatrupa Mataji.
হ্যাঁ প্রভু এরকম উদাহরণ দিচ্ছিলাম যে
Yeah. And give me examples of determination to fruitive results in economic development. অর্থনৈতিক উন্নতির জন্য determination. Give me example. Somebody.
কুবেরের পুজো, লক্ষ্মী দেবীর পুজো, কুবেরের পুজো।
Okay, economic development এর জন্য, yes. So I will fast. Or somebody says that we will work till 16 hours now onwards till our company is in the Fortune 500 list. Say for example.
আচ্ছা প্রভু, অনেকে তো এটাও বলে আমার মনস্কামনা পূর্ণ হলে আমি পশু বলি দেব।
That will be in ignorance. It will come. Opposite of scriptures. And sense gratification. Okay, you can also put in here, in this pocket. Determination to fast to fruitive results for sense gratification. So, পশু বলি দেব যদি আমার মনস্কামনা পূর্ণ হয়। Yeah.
লোকজনকে খাওয়ায় আবার।
I'll feed everybody. Yes. Now, if that person is feeding devotees, immediately things are changed. It will come in mode of goodness. Why? Because anything related to Krishna, if it comes in picture, immediately the pura picture change ho jayega. Sloka number 35. So from, as I said, now ignorance wala. And that determination which cannot go beyond dreaming, fearfulness, lamentation, moroseness and illusion, such unintelligent determination, O son of Pritha, is in the mode of darkness. Wonderful. See, Prabhupada is writing a determination which cannot go beyond dreaming. Cannot go beyond dreaming. He is dreaming, but dreaming only, nothing more. He is dreaming that I'll work very hard, I'll do this and that. But he cannot go beyond dreaming. वो सपना सपना ही रह गया. Because that person is very lazy. So that is an example of this. Fearfulness. Determination which cannot go beyond fearfulness. He is so डरा हुआ that he doesn't have the audacity, or what should I say, that strength to perform that activity. Lamentation. He is always weeping and crying and oh, मेरा गुरु महाराज चला गया, मेरा अभी दीक्षा नहीं होगा, I will never take initiation. That is foolishness. ठीक है, your spiritual master, he went to the spiritual world. You continue, immediately choose another spiritual master and continue, be in the disciplic succession. That is what is the same thing to do, na? The intelligent thing to do. But I found many devotees who almost I don't see them now. Left ISKCON only, it seems like, after the demise of spiritual master. That is foolishness. We cannot leave the institution, the organization, the movement, because our spiritual master is no more there. It seems that they were connected only because of spiritual master. That's it. And illusion. Okay. Sloka number 36 to 40 is happiness or sukham in 3 modes. As usual, 36 will be general, and then the 3 modes. O best of the Bharatas, now please hear from me about the 3 kinds of happiness by which the conditioned soul enjoys, and by which he sometimes comes to the end of all distress. 37, in the mode of goodness. That which is in the beginning may be just like poison, but at the end is just like nectar, and which awakens one to self-realization, is said to be happiness in the mode of goodness. Please give me examples. Initial days it was like poison, but later it became like nectar.
Like in our bhakti only, like initial days we struggle so much, but
Give me
after
specific.
that,
Give me specific. Like,
Chanting, Prabhuji, chanting.
yeah, initial days we have to just see when that white color string will come, when the round will get over. I remember first time I was chanting, I was checking. Oh my goodness, it's not ending only. खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है. It seemed, but now it becomes like butter. Na? Now after many years of chanting, still we are struggling, of course. Yeah. Earlier, like waking up in Mangal Aarti, oh, it was so difficult. Early having khichdi in ISKCON. Few people, I'll tell you, I mean, they learned about khichdi only in ISKCON. Never they used to like khichdi before. But after coming in ISKCON, most of the prasadam item is menu is in khichdi only, na? ऐसा हुआ है आप लोग में से किसी? Oh, I'm sick and tired of khichdi. But now we start appreciating khichdi after coming in ISKCON. There are so many who never used to have sabzi, dal, you know, but after coming in ISKCON, most of the menu item is sabzi, dal. कुछ कर नहीं सकते अभी. The Hindi vasis have a terrible time, especially in Bengal. अरे पूरी आता ही नहीं है, पूरी मिलता ही नहीं है, हमेशा राइस, भात भात भात. But now they are also accustomed. ठीक है, चलेगा. So these are like early it was like poison, but later on that khichdi only became amrit. In the mode of passion, happiness in the mode of passion, that happiness which is derived from contact of the senses with their objects and which appears like nectar at the first but poison at the end, is said to be in the nature of passion. Can you give me examples? Initial days it was like nectar, but later on it became like poison. Yes, Sadrita Mataji.
We can say if someone likes rasgulla, so they like keep having it, but after some time they get blood sugar level
Yeah.
gets high, then it is
Very nice.
good
Anything
for
material has this quality. Anything, I repeat, anything has this quality. Whether it be intoxicant or even the so-called good things of life. If it is material, initially it will be like that, and after a few days it will have diminishing. That actually is in parallel with the law of diminishing marginal utility. We have done in economics, na? Diminishing marginal utility. The more we have of one thing, the less we want to have of that thing. In short, that is law of diminishing marginal utility. The marginal utility received from the first few slices of mango is not the same as the 100, 101 and 102 slices of mango. Understood? So the utility slowly diminishes. That is called diminishing utility. Marginal utility. The marginal utility diminishes slowly. Marginal utility. For example, in economics, utility is measured and the unit is utils. I don't know, you all must be knowing this. Utils. So the first the first bite of mango, for example, will give you 30 utils. The 50th bite of mango will give you 10 utils. খেতে খেতে আস্তে আস্তে অরুচি চলে আসবে. So the marginal utility diminishes. Similarly, in material world, anything, after some time, the happiness derived from that thing diminishes. Prabhupada gives the example of a young man and a young woman meet, and the senses drive the young man to see her, to touch her, and to have sexual intercourse. In the beginning, this may be very pleasing to the senses, but at the end, after some time, it becomes like poison. They are separated, or there is divorce, there is lamentation, there is sorrow. Such happiness is always in the mode of passion. Happiness derived from a combination of the senses and the sense object is always a cause of distress and should be avoided by all means. Sloka number 39, in the mode of happiness, in the mode of ignorance. And that happiness which binds to self-realization, which is delusion from beginning to end, and which arises from sleep, laziness, and illusion, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. One who takes pleasure in laziness and in sleep is certainly in the mode of darkness, ignorance, and one who has no idea how to act, how not to act, is also in the mode of ignorance. For the person in the mode of ignorance, everything is illusion. There is no happiness either in the beginning or at the end. You see, so many people are there who have depression, suffer from depression and very morose throughout. Everything they see negativity in life, everything they see negatively in life. There are actually. I know one of my very close friend. इतना डरा हुआ है, every plan we make, अरे नहीं ये हो सकता है, वो हो सकता है. He's always morose. So these are the symptoms of happiness in the mode of illusion. There is no happiness either in the beginning or at the end. For the person in the mode of passion, there might be some kind of ephemeral happiness in the beginning. I gave the example of that mango. The first bite of mango gave you 30 utils, but slowly diminished. But for this happiness in ignorance, it is always morose. In the beginning, in the middle, or towards the end. Morose. But for the person in the mode of ignorance, there is only distress, both in the beginning or at the end. Sloka number 40, last sloka of the day. There is no beginning, let us, 40. There is no being existing either here or among the demigods or in the higher planetary systems, which is freed from these three modes born of material nature. So these three modes are always influencing us in these 14 planets. They are always there with us. So what we have to do? We have to transcend our journey beyond this material world. I will show you one how these modes, how there are Ashta Avaran, and we get rid of those. Sadhita Mataji, please share the photo of material world. You know that material world and spiritual world. When a person through devotional service is in a position to go back to Godhead, he transcends all these modes. There are Ashta Avaran, 8 borders of this material world. Are you all aware of this? Are you all aware of this? Ashta Avaran? Anybody?
No problem.
Okay. And the person one by one gives up everything. Just like you all know that snakes leave their body. I mean, they don't die, they leave their skin after every couple of years. They quit their skin. So similarly, is the position of a devotee when he is going back to Godhead, how all the 5 tattvas of his body, Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash, how he lives one by one. And also then there is subtle body, Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, how he lives. They are the 8 boundaries of this material world. You have a better picture, you can download the picture and then zoom. Otherwise that Ashta Avaran dekha jabe na. So we'll see that, and after that we will go through the shlokas, the memory shlokas. In the meantime, Ankita Mataji, you can summarize what is the latest question pattern we have learned. To the class, you can summarize. Just summarize what is the latest question pattern. Everybody here attentively, please.
Okay. Short question. There are 3 types of question: short question, long question, and questions from the analogies. So 2 marks each, 10 question, 20 marks, 5 marks each, 4 question, and 5 question from analogies, 2 marks each.
Total 50.
Total 19 question. Total marks 50.
Clear? So short questions carry 2 marks each, and you have to do 10 of them. Then there are long questions, more or less, more practical by nature. You have to do 4. Each are 5 marks. So 5 fours are 20. Then there are analogies. You'll be given pictures and you have to explain the analogy. How many you have to do? 5 of them.
Five.
And each
Previously two.
carry how much marks? 4 marks.
Each
Five
carry
four-
2 marks.
2 marks. 5 twos are 10.
10.
So 20 plus 20 plus 10, 50. Okay. In short, I will write 2 into 10.
I have already sent in the group, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, ठीक है. So less question to attend now in this new pattern, but questions are more practical, especially those 5 long answer questions.
আচ্ছা, আমি একটা কোয়েশ্চেন করতে পারি?
Please.
হ্যাঁ, ওই ক্লোজ বুকে যে নিউ এসছে, হ্যাঁ, ওখানে 16 চ্যাপ্টার থেকে একটা প্রশ্ন আছে যে 7 নম্বর শ্লোকের তাৎপর্যে শিলা প্রভুপাদ বলছেন মনুসংহিতা।
Hold on. 16.7.
16.7.
Yes, Mataji.
7 নম্বর শ্লোকের তাৎপর্যে শিলা প্রভুপাদ বলছেন মনুসংহিতায় স্পষ্টভাবে বলা হয়েছে যে নারীদের স্বাধীনতা দেওয়া উচিত নয়। ইস্কনের এই কথাটির প্রাসঙ্গিকতা আলোচনা করুন। তো ওখানে দেওয়া আছে, মানে আমি পার্পটটা পড়েছি যে নারীদেরকে স্বাধীনতা নয় মানে তাদের কৃতদাস হিসেবে রাখা নয়। মনুসংহিতায় যে বলা হয়েছে যে বাল্য অবস্থায় পিতা সংরক্ষণে থাকবে, তারপরে যৌবনে স্বামী সংরক্ষণে এবং বৃদ্ধা অবস্থায় পুত্রদের সংরক্ষণে থাকবে। তো কিন্তু এখানে বলছে যে ইস্কনের এই কথাটি প্রাসঙ্গিকতা আলোচনা করুন। তাহলে কি আধুনিক যুগে যে এই বিবাহ ব্যবস্থাটা মানা হচ্ছে না বা মাতাজিরা যে গৃহস্থ আশ্রমে যাচ্ছেন না, তার ফলে কি একটা সোশ্যাল ডিস্টারবেন্স হচ্ছে, এটা কি নিজের ভাষায় করে লিখতে হবে?
এইভাবে লাইক এটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি টোটালি প্র্যাকটিক্যাল আনসার, মানে এটা আপনাদের সবার উপর আলাদা আলাদা ডিপেন্ড করে, কারণ কি ইসকনে তো অনেক কিছু শেখা যায়। দিস ইজ আ ভেরি বিগ চ্যাপ্টার. There are books written on this, especially by Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. But we will focus on the purport, and ওই purporter যেটা practicality সেটুকুনি বলবো। সো পারপোর্টে আমি জাস্ট একটা উদাহরণ দিচ্ছি প্র্যাকটিক্যাল জিনিসটা কিভাবে হবে। পারপোর্টে দেওয়া আছে that women should always be under guidance as a child, as a lady, and as a widow also. So Prabhupada bolchen that as a child under the guidance of father, as a lady under the guidance of husband, as a widow under the guidance of dependent son. So women should always be under guidance. Extra things you can write is that women are susceptible to fall down. That's why they need guidance. But also we should remember we are soul, devotees are soul. So when we come into Krishna consciousness, we are not in bodily consciousness. That's why Srila Prabhupada, one disciple asked Srila Prabhupada, why so much is written about women susceptible to fall down? Why not things are written about men? So Prabhupada said, who are you? So that lady answered, I am soul. So because this what I would have written. So what we see now, when we as examiners, when we see the how much shravana, যে person শ্রবণ করেছে না সেই জিনিসটা লিখতে পারবে। Especially একটা প্রভুপাদের এক্সাম্পল দিয়ে দিল, one Mataji asked, it's a very famous example actually in context use করে লোকে। That's it. So immediately we'll give full marks to this person, 5 into 4. ওর থেকে বোঝা যায় পার্সন কত প্র্যাকটিক্যাল শ্রবণ করেছে, কত হি ইজ গিভিং কোটিং আ প্রভুপাদ এক্সাম্পল, হি ইজ রিলেটিং দ্য পারপোর্ট উইথ দ্য প্র্যাকটিক্যালিটি lectures of ISKCON, practical lectures of ISKCON, then giving also one Prabhupada example. Yeah. Okay, now please see Sadhrita Mataji has Mataji, keep on zooming the material world. I hope আরো জুম, আরো জুম, আরো জুম। শিবজির পাশে নিয়ে যান, বাদিকে। হ্যাঁ, ক্যান ইউ সি দিস রেইনবো থিং? So now remember, I gave you example of the snake leaving his skin. Similarly, when a devotee is successful, he leaves all these things one by one. His body mixes with the earth, water, fire, air, ether. This is a pancha avaran. And then the subtle body is there. Mind, intelligence, false ego. He becomes like naked. Only the soul is there. And nothing else is there. Sthul body, sukshma body, sab kuch chala gaya. And then he leaves this material world. Hare Krishna Prabhu, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. এক্ষুনি এসে যাবে. Yeah. I'll call you. Hare Krishna. Okay. This is how everything, each covering is 10 times the diameter of the previous covering. So earth is, say for example, x, water is 10x, fire is 100x, air is 1000x. Each covering is 10 times the predecessors. Okay, now first the gross covering goes, then the sukshma body and atma is there, then the sukshma covering gone, then only atma is there, and the atma, Satchitananda Atma, he goes to the spiritual world. This is how devotees leave their body and go back to Godhead. Okay, any other question, Ankita Mataji, from book or
আরেকটা প্র্যাকটিক্যাল এরকম প্রশ্ন
Yes.
আছে, সেটা হচ্ছে 17 নম্বর অধ্যায় থেকে আছে, 15 নম্বর শ্লোক। 15 নম্বর শ্লোকের তাৎপর্যে শিল প্রভুপাদ বলেছেন, এমন ভাবে কোনো কথা বলা উচিত নয় যার ফলে অন্যদের মন উত্তেজিত হতে পারে। কৃষ্ণ ভাবনামৃতে প্রচারকদের জন্য এই কথাটির প্রাসঙ্গিকতা কতটা আলোচনা করুন।
So see how, I mean, again, this is again from depend our Shravanam. What I would have done. So we are very careful as devotees while giving classes. So first of all, our audience can be mixed audience. They can be from different religious background, different gender background also. So when we speak of some topic, for example about women, we have to talk in general. When we talk of anything regarding other faith, what they follow, we should not name the faith, we should not name the institution, we should not name the preacher of such institution. So this is austerity of speech. So speech should be very palatable to hear. লোকের ব্যাপারে নেগেটিভিটি বলতে এত, see, we have to criticize, but there is a positive way of criticizing also. Even what is wrong, what is black should be called black, what is white should be called white. But there is a way of saying those things. We cannot take names, we cannot use negative words. We have to more focus on the positive aspects. Like once one devotee asked, I see there are so many differences in the 4 sampradayas. So Prabhupada replied, don't see the differences. See that we all are Brahmanic sampradayas. See what is common in all 4 of us and appreciate. So this is how the words of Prabhupada was very palatable to the hearer.
Unity in diversity.
Okay, so these few points I can add in my answer. Practicality, I again repeat, practicality. That's how we see how good Shravanam this person has done. Otherwise, rest people will do the ratta of the book and just write on that basis. Okay, anybody has any question regarding this map? We have brought this map after a long time. Anybody has any question regarding this map? Yes, Shivani Mataji.
Prabhuji, I have heard that when the soul passes through the material world and after crossing the covering, there also he is tested. Is it true?
Tested? What do you
Yes,
mean by
प्रभु मतलब
tested?
वहां पर भी उसका मतलब परीक्षा लिया जाता है.
No.
नहीं
There
है.
is one test a successful soul has to give. That is, he has to, before going to the spiritual world, one life he has to spend in Bhaumadham and serve the Lord. I'll give an example. If a person, if a Ramchandra Bhakta is going back to Ayodhya Dham in Vaikuntha, before he goes, he has to spend one life in Bhauma Ayodhya serving Lord's pastime. Am I understood? So
So
before
where
going
is
there, this is the Saket Dham. अभी जो picture आप देख रहे हैं राम लॉर्ड रामचंद्र अयोध्या धाम, this is called Saket Dham. This is in the spiritual world, but there is also an Ayodhya Dham in the material world. It is there, right, in Uttar Pradesh. Similarly, in one of the material Brahmand, where Lord Ramachandra is performing his pastime in material world, that person has to participate one life in that particular Brahmand. It is like net practice and then playing the cricket match. That I have heard. But what you said, that he'll be tested, that I have not heard. Tested where? How?
वहां पर भी उसका परीक्षा लिया जाएगा ऐसे एक लेक्चर में शायद
कहाँ
सुने
पर?
थे तो
कहाँ
वही
पर? कहाँ पर?
मतलब जैसे स्वर्ग लोक है वेदर ही इज गेटिंग अट्रैक्टेड टू दैट प्लेस और नॉट, फिर जो अलग अलग लोक को वो क्रॉस करेगा तो वहां पर वो उसका अटैचमेंट है कि नहीं उस लेवल पे.
Okay, maybe I don't know. That happened with Gop Kumar in Brihad Bhagavatamritam. By the way, if you all are interested, anybody about Brihad Bhagavatamritam, it is this journey of Gop Kumar, a pure devotee of Lord. I'll just share the poster. Then his grace Mohan Govind Prabhu, you all know him, Mohan Govind Prabhu.
Yes,
He is performing a seminar on Brihad Bhagavatamritam for 5 days seminar, starting on the first day of Purushottam month, 17th till 21st. And you all can attend, all of you. I'll just send you invitation for that. It is from 3 in the afternoon to 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day, from 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 5 days. On 17th, Purushottam month is starting, 17th of this month, May. So you all can attend. Venue is my place, my house. So you all can come. Yes, Shubhankar Prabhu.
হরে কৃষ্ণ বাবু। তো বাবু আপনি বললেন যে যখন শরীর ছেড়ে দেয় তো ভগবত ধামে যাওয়ার সময় তো মন বুদ্ধি অহংকারটাও চলে যায়, তো চলে যাওয়ার পর শুধু আত্মাটা থাকে, তো আত্মাটা যায়, তো কিন্তু যখন আত্মা চলে যায় তো সে তো আবার অপরাধ করতে পারে।
না
যে আমরা জেনেছি যে
না, ত্যক্তা দেহম পুনর্জন্মা নৈতি মাম ইতি স অর্জুন। একবার ভগবানের ধামে গেলে আর কখনো ফেরত আসে না। কিন্তু কেউ বলতে পারে তাহলে আমরা কি করে এলাম? তো একদম সৃষ্টির প্রারম্ভেই আমরা এসেছি। একবার পতন একবারই হয়, যেমন বলে না ন্যাড়া একবারই বেলতলায় যায়, একবারই এসেছি বাস। এবার যদি আমরা এক্সেল করে ভালো করে ভজন কীর্তন করে ভগবানের ধামে ফেরত যাই, দের ইজ নো ফল ডাউন। ত্যক্তা দেহম পুনর্জন্মা নৈতি মাম ইতি স অর্জুন। Okay, anybody has any question from this chart? Anybody has any question about the exam pattern, exam dates? Anybody wants to share any concern regarding exam? Prabhu eta korte parten, eta korle bhalo hoy. Anybody? You can stop screen sharing, Mataji. Yeah. Karo kono proshno, kono suggestion, kono feedback kichu ache? Okay, so the latest examination date is 24th of May for level 3. Okay. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu. Pranam.